Hi, my name is Gina Salvatore, and I am doing my MBA with a focus in marketing. Something that I really loved about the program at Post was all the communication opportunities that we had with other students in our classes through discussion boards when, I liked that we had to commit to completing 2 or 3 discussion boards every single week and then responding to 2 or 3 of our classmates because I thought that opened a lot of communication. I was able to learn so much about various arenas like nursing and working in a corporate market and things like that. Coming from a retail background as well as a sports background, I didn't know too much about working in kind of corporate America. So it was really interesting to learn that part of things, especially when it came to a finance class. I do not know numbers at all. So it was great to be able to talk to people that really are passionate about that type of thing. So that was something that I really enjoyed. I also really enjoyed that we could connect with people from all over the country, especially when we got to do like Blackboard Collaborate and you had to figure out like different time zones and things like that. It's just fun working with people who don't come from the same exact background that you do. I also really like Post's program because they really invest a lot of time and energy into military families. I come from a military family. My grandfather, my father, and my brother all served. So it was really nice to be able to be in a class and learn so much about those who come from a military background as well and read about their experiences because I've heard so much about my own family's experiences. What I also liked about the graduate program was that the content was really fun and engaging. I looked forward, as much as it was very hard work, I looked forward to completing the work because I knew that I was passionate about it. When you go to undergrad, you always have to take those prerequisite classes or just classes just to finish the degree that are outside of your main focus. And I was never interested in any of those classes. Science wasn't for me, math wasn't for me. So being able to log on every single day and read about things that I was passionate about that were going to help me further my career specifically really, really helped me. And I was able to apply everything that I was learning throughout the entire program to the job that I currently have, and it helped me get my future jobs. So that's also something that I really enjoyed about this program, that it wasn't just learn this now, apply it later. You learned it now and you could apply it right then and there. So that's something that I really, really enjoyed. The courses that stood out to me were strategic brand management, because we learned how to create and maintain a brand. We were able to look at one brand and see how different campaigns were working, what was effective, what wasn't effective. For me, I work for Lululemon right now, so I was able to look at a couple of the Lululemon campaigns, and what I really focused on was the men's engagement. Lululemon didn't start as a men's brand, it started out as a women's yoga brand and then expanded to include all different types of sweaty adventures, but also a men's line. And Lululemon, had a lot of success in some of their campaigns, including the men and helping raise sales numbers with that. But then there were campaigns like their Soul Cycle campaign, which wasn't relatable to men, but it was a definite great learning point. So that was something that I really enjoyed. Also, strategic integrated marketing and communications, and learning how to create a successful brand and learning what it takes to engage consumers, but beyond the product. What about your advertising and your marketing will help sell the brand as a whole, not just the product. So right now I just accepted a job with a soccer team here in Connecticut, and I talk a lot about selling the team itself, not just the game of soccer. You want to fall in love with everything about it, from the background of the players to the colors that they're wearing and the history behind the team. You don't want to just love soccer, love what they're offering. You want to love the entirety. So that's something I'm working on through the social media there, and something that I learned through that course. I also learned that it's not always about the product and how the brand presents it, but how, the consumer views it. It's not always about how the brand, the perception can be different depending on who the consumer is. Like McDonald's has different advertisements for the same product, but for different demographics, and they view them on TV in different areas of the world because that's what caters to that demographic, and they want to reach them in the way that they know that they can. And so having those different commercials makes that product accessible and fun for that demographic, which is something really cool as well. And I think that we just in society need to take into consideration that not every demographic is going to be interested in one particular advertisement, but they could be interested in that product if it was presented to them in a different way. So that's also really interesting and something that I think social media is so easy to use and something that a lot of companies can utilize social media to do. For improvements for the program, as much as I loved it, I think that there are so many things that could be done. First of all, I wish that there was some sort of way that everyone in the program could be connected to each other. You know, I work retail as like my hustle job, but I work in sports as well as the in-game host, and I work on social media and sports. So what I wish is that I could find someone in this program who also either is interested in sports or works in sports, works in social media, and we could get connected and kind of network that way. I wish that we had alumni connections and things like that, or just like where Post was able to refer us to companies, or, you know, we had a networking day, something like that, a job fair. I know that not everyone's local, and like I am, I'm only 40 minutes from the Post campus, so I know that going to school is a little bit hard online, but hosting Blackboard Collaborate calls with alumni who are in particular fields, even just people that are successful in like marketing or finance or, you know, any of the other, you know, administration, the different topics I think could be very useful for this program, because I feel, you know, I've had to do one, I know that I have to do a lot of the work on my own, but I wish I had a little bit of assistance when it came to jobs, and I didn't feel like I was so alone in the job hunt with this MBA. You know, coming from a BFA in acting, I don't really know how to find, you know, you don't walk into a room for a job and sing a song and do a 1-minute monologue. You have to actually present a resume and a lot of other things, and proposals and all of these things. And I wish that there was kind of a course or something we could opt into to talk about that, because I might not be the only one in that boat who's new to this concentration. So that's something that I would like to see improving in the program for the future. But overall, I'm really happy with my experience with Post, and I'm so happy that I chose to go here over other schools that I got into. It's been financially wonderful. It has been academically wonderful. It works with my schedule. I'm able to do so much by going to school online, and it's also been great to connect with people all over the country. So thank you to Post for this wonderful MBA experience, and I'm looking forward to graduation.